So welcome back to my channel. This is Gamer Dom, and I don't know about you, but one of the things that's guaranteed to get me twitchy is when I go into a game and on the enemy team there's a platoon of stealth tanks, the E25 Tier 7 premium tank destroyers, German tank destroyers, and driven for us here by Slappy, our old friend Slappy, who is on the North American server and is a damn good player. And he's also platooned up with another guy from the What Uni clan, Trini Mafia, who's also an E25. They're on Westfield. It's a Tier 7 game, all Tier 7s, and you know, one of the things about the E25 is it only ever sees +1 matches. So, you know, it's one of its advantages. It's not only one of the best Tier 7 tank destroyers in the game. Just wait for him to kill this guy. There we go. Nice shot into the... oh, look at that. Look how quickly this gun reloads. 2 shots into the booby on the side of that HTC. And look at the rapid nature of this gun. Bang, 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 bang. That was just extraordinary. Can he finish off the HTC? Aiming for the side boob. One in. No, it didn't pen that time. That one did. Aim for the other booby. He's going to give me the other booby. We'll go for that. Yeah, so the E25 is somewhat infamous because it was said by Wargaming they would never sell it again when they withdrew it from the store. Of course, they gave us plenty of warning too before they withdrew it from the store, and everyone ran off and bought it. But those who didn't, you know, moaned and bitched, and then after saying they'd never bring it back, they decided at Christmas to bring it back. Watch him track this T15. Look at that. 2 shots took down his tracks, and now he can just aim for that command. Oh no, we just go for the Tiger instead. Accuracy of this 75-pounder gun is just extraordinary, and the rate of fire is just one of the highest EPM tanks. And there we go, it's fired. Crikey, I don't know how many shells he's fired before he finally gets spotted. Now, yeah, so the E25 is somewhat infamous because they said they'd never sell it again, and then at Christmas they put it up for sale again, and loads and loads and loads of people delved into their piggy banks and bought it. Yeah, so now you see them all out again on the maps, and I mean it just seems extraordinary because they've always said they want to do away with preferential matchmaking tanks, and this is a preferential matchmaking tank. Well, that was sloppy Slappy. Didn't aim for the lower plate with the first shot. Second shot he turned. Now he's turned the other way, and you can't pen him at the moment. He used up all his premium ammo at the beginning, which was a little bit unnecessary, I would have felt, but hey ho. Now he's paying the price because he's got no premium left. Only 32 rounds of regular AP. And it's one of the challenges of the E25. It blasts off those rounds so quickly. It's quite often that you do run out of rounds in a prolonged engagement. So, yes, I don't know why they sold it again, given the fact they're going to be changing preferential matchmaking at some point. But we'll have to see what they actually do to things like the E25. Because it is a seriously good tank. In the review I did of all the Tier 7 tank destroyers, this thing came out tops in terms of damage, which is not surprising because look at it, it's going to make this guy look stupid because he's got such good mobility in this tank destroyer. He can whiz around, bang, shot after shot. There we go, takes down the VK4503 for his second kill. And the mobility is so it's got a combination of mobility, wicked rate of fire, very stealthy, and also it has another huge advantage which players don't necessarily remember, is that when I started up in World of Tanks, all tank destroyers, nice shoot out the roof first, oh, but there's a IS there. Look at that thing. Before he could even react, he put 2 shells into him. Yeah, when I joined the game, initially tank destroyers, when they fired, didn't lose their camo values. And it was felt that that just encouraged camping, and even though that's kind of what a tank destroyer is supposed to do. So they nerfed tank destroyers very significantly, and basically it meant that whenever you fired, you lost your camo, like happens with all the other tanks in the game. except for apart from the premium tank destroyers. And at the time the E25 was obviously in the game, and it meant that because they do not like to nerf premium tanks, or they will not nerf premium tanks anymore once they're in circulation, they decided that they would leave E25s exactly the same way as the tank destroyers used to be, so that they don't lose their camo values when they fire, which makes it even more powerful than it already was. Missed. Hard to hit a long range target. Oh, tracked him, did he? No, not quite. Whoa, and again, 2 criticals. Now he's disappeared on us. That's his platoon buddy down there. He's trying to help out. Where's that AMX gone? He's got to watch his back. Oh, an ISU. Slappy decides discretion is a better part of valor and bugs out. Whoa, was that a shell just went whizzing past him? I think it was. It's 9 plays 10, very, very tight game now. After the initial frenzy and flurry of shots, it's now back to a much more careful and sedate game, shall we say. So it looked like for a minute he was thinking about going back to the same bush he was in before, but then decided maybe that was too obvious, and he's coming up to try and support this VK. Doesn't really want this VK to get isolated and surrounded, so oh, it's just a Su-152. So a Su-152, an IS, a T-34 2G FT tank destroyer, and a VK-4503, all closing in on where our VK was last seen by the enemy. So Slappy is coming round. They've still got artillery support, which is good, but then so did the enemy. Oh, there's the VK. He spotted the VK but wasn't spotted doing it. Can he get into a bush? Use this wonderful camo mechanic. Oh, up the backside and ricocheted. Trini Mafia is looking like he needs some help. That's the rear end of a Su-152. Can he go? Oh, no. Nope. Didn't kill him. So the rear end, actually I think that was the front end. The business end. Luckily he wasn't spotted. He must have a very, very good crew in this tank, because although it is extremely stealthy, he was fairly close to that Su. Our artillery's dead. Looks like Trini Mafia is going to be a little bit isolated, and he's got 2 TDs closing on his position. There's not much Slappy can do at the moment. He's got his hands full. Nice shot into the Su. Oh, had a bit of a glitch there. Don't know what happened on the replay. Okay, so took him down. Now it looks like Trini Mafia is playing a sort of cagey, keeping an eye on the cap type of game, resetting it every so often, but they obviously don't know exactly where he is. So here goes Slappy. Trini Mafia resets the cap and takes out the Su-122-44. He's telling everybody he's only got 11 shells left. As I said, this tank has a tendency to run out of shells just because it's a ridiculous rate of fire. Reasonable amount of health. Coming up behind that Chinese tank destroyer. First shell again bounces. German blunt ammunition clearly. There's the IS. Ooh, I'm not sure I would have wasted one of my few remaining shells on a blind shot there. He's only got 7 shells left. It's 3v3. There's the IS getting into another bush. Wasted another shell there, and Trinity Mafia takes down the IS. Right, there's only 2 of the enemy tanks left, the VK-4503 and an artillery, against a pair of E25s, platoon together and presumably working together on TeamSpeak. And what else have we got left? Yeah, so VK-4503, of course they were up for sale this previous week, so that's probably why there's so many of them. He's telling his team he's only got 6 shells left. Might have to play the game of a bit of a spotter here. See if he can locate the enemy for his teammate, his pair of teammates. Coming around the back end. Ooh, enemy artillery. VK can take him down, the VK takes a hit, but the artillery should be toast, surely. Slappy's got a shot in a minute. No, doesn't need to. VK takes him down. Right, enemy VK is near their base. So they know where he is now. They can all close in, doesn't matter. Trinity Mafia takes him down and they get 4 kills each. So a really nice game from Slappy and his teammate. Getting the ace tanker and E25 is never easy, because those things, super unicums play them, and very good players play them, and it's hard to get an ace, because an ace is dependent on how other people play in a tank. So an unpopular tank, or a tank that people don't like, is easier to ace than a very, very good tank played by a lot of good players. So to get an ace is outstanding. You also got Bruiser, Fighter, Fire for Effect. You got Brothers in Arms, because both of them killed 4 each, which is more than 3. I know my maths, so that gives them the Brothers in Arms. You also got Confederate Badge and High Caliber. Finished up top of the team. Look at those. That's why I fear the E25s. 3,547 damage, 4 kills, 1378 base XP for Slappy, and Trini Mafia did his bit, 3,037 damage, 4 kills, 1217 base XP. Slappy fired 54 shells, hit with 51 of them, penned with only 29. It's a very ineffective gun, really. Doesn't have much penetration, but just makes up for it in sheer volume of shells, which does mean you use a lot. And he did waste all his premium right at the beginning of the game. Probably could have done with holding on to some of that, but who am I to talk? He's a far better player than I will ever be. He took 1 hit himself, it penetrated. He did 1100 assistance as well. Was obviously running boosters, made a whopping 137,000 credits, even with the cost of the ammunition, which is fairly cheap on a E25, even 5 premium. He still made a lovely profit of 103,537. So there you go, the stealth tank in a platoon. Stealth platoons. Oof, ugly, but played beautifully by Slappy. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. And in the meantime, enjoy your games, have fun, try not to take it too seriously, and I'll see you again soon. This is Gamer Dom, signing out.